Well, now joining us here, Bucher and Towney, 95.7 The Game, a guy who is so dynamic as a player and also wonderful just to have him on the program. Tracy McGrady joins us here on 95.7 The Game. T-Mac, how's life treating you?
Oh, man, I can't complain. I'm blessed, man. Thanks for having me on.
How were your adventures playing in Qingdao this past season?
That's what it was, an adventure. You know what? It was better than expectations I put on it. I really didn't know what to expect going in, but it was fun. It's a 32-game season, 17 teams, and it was a different experience, and it was something that I was willing to try out, and I'm glad I actually went over there. It was fun.
Now, I know this from being over there. Well before you ever played over there, you were incredibly popular. You were as popular as any player that I know of in China. Why? What do you think was the source of your popularity?
Well, I don't know. It all started back when I played in Orlando. I had like the number one selling jersey over there because I used to go over there on a lot of tours for Adidas, and just to really just relate with the Chinese people over there, to interact and teach basketball to them. I don't know. I guess it was just my personality. I was able to connect with them, and also being a teammate of Yao for 6 years, helped a lot as well. So they got an opportunity to see me play every night when I was in Houston as well because of Yao, and I got a lot of attention off of that.
Tracy McGrady joins us here, Bucher and Towney, 95.7 The Game. And we have here, we cover the Oakland Athletics, and we have a Cuban-born player by the name of Yoenis Cespedes. And I've always marveled about, going to another country, going to another culture, not knowing the language, and having not only to perform on the baseball diamond, but you also have to survive away from the field. So what was that like for you, being there full-time in a different culture, different language, not only having to survive on the court, but having to survive off?
It was tough the first month. It was really tough just to really find, foods that I like, find a great place to go and eat, finding, a place to kind of, get away from the game of basketball and just have some time for yourself. I mean, it was all difficult for me. But, as I got to know the city, got to meet a lot of people over there in the city, it was great. It was just a great experience. Found places for myself to go and dine in and my team. Found places to go and just, get away and hang out. Some of my friends over there, so it was cool.
I have to ask, because I've spent time over there. What's the strangest thing the unlikeliest thing that you ate while you were over there?
I think I tried dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
Well, you think you tried dog?
Yeah, you said you think.
I said, hey. I mean, when you're talking about some of the Chinese food, you have to say you think. I mean,
right.
I quite don't know what it was.
Yeah, and it tasted like.
Of course, everybody say dog or squirrel or something like it tastes like chicken, but
right.
It had a little weird taste to it. I'm not going to say it tastes like chicken, but. I don't look forward to trying it no more.
Okay, all right. You know something a little bit about long winning streaks. What do you make of what the Miami Heat are doing right now?
Well, I'm not surprised for the simple fact that when they put this team together with LeBron, Bosh, and D-Wade, that this is what I really envisioned them doing. Just adding those dynamic players and putting them on one team and, getting pieces around them that know their roles and know what it takes to win. Shane Battier, Chalmers, Ray Allen, all the shooters that they have around these guys. I mean, and, you have the best player in the world. So this is what I really envision these guys doing, and it's great for the game because I get bored watching the game nowadays because I just think, the talent level is down. But, I'm tuned in to these guys, and I'm pushing for them to take this thing to 34 games.
I have to think that because of your size and obviously talent level, that there's still a place for you to play in the NBA. What are the chances, the prospects that we'll see you again in an NBA uniform?
You know what, Rick? I don't think you will, man. I really don't. I because of my popularity over in China and the great opportunities that I have over there, I'm leaning towards going back. So I just don't think you ever see me in an NBA uniform again.
Really? Tracy McGrady joins us here, Bucher and County 95.7 The Game. And I know for a lot, I'd love to see you play again in the NBA, but why did you make that decision? Why China over the NBA?
Well, last season I couldn't find the perfect opportunity for me. So it was just a no-brainer for me to go over there. I just wasn't going to go to a situation where I couldn't excel and really be myself. For the last few years, I really felt like that I settled, and I just couldn't put myself in that situation again when I know I got a lot more game left in me than, a lot of people, the last two teams really gave me the opportunity to. So I just felt like I was going to go back there and get my mojo back and just see how things were. And if that opportunity comes in the fall where I get to come back to the NBA and it's on a team where I feel like I can win and contend for a title, then yeah, maybe I'll do that. But if that's not the case, then China is definitely where I'll be playing again.
Who among the guys, because you're certainly not alone, there are a number of well-known guys now, that NBA guys that are playing over in China. Is there anybody in particular that you leaned on to make the transition?
No, not at all. I really didn't talk to none of those guys. I don't have any contact with those guys, no friendship with any of them. So, no, I just winged it out.
And what's it like when you cross? You cross paths. I believe Steph is still over there. How many top flight NBA players are you running across or playing against over there?
Let me see. You had, of course, we all know about Stephon. Eddie Curry was over there. Gilbert's over there.
Yep.
Von Wafer that played for, I think, the Orlando Magic. He was my teammate in Houston. He's over there.
Okay.
Yee went back over there. I think he's playing for the championship right now. He's over there. Terrence Williams, that's with Boston right now. He's over there.
Okay.
It's some great talent over there, and a lot of people will be surprised of the talent level. I don't know what the talent level was a few years ago, but now, them guys are pretty good over there, and the NBA guys are just really adding to it.
Yeah, no question. Sounds like some pretty big names over there. Tracy McGrady joins us here, Bucher and County, 95.7 The Game. Coming out of high school, you played a lot of basketball early. And now, as you're sitting here, I believe you're 33. We just had Kobe Bryant in town taking on the Lakers, and Kobe's about 34 years old. And Kobe's grinding it every single night. What do you think his body feels like right now? Because you'd be very similar.
Kobe's a different creature. He's just a different guy. He eats, sleeps, and breathes. Basketball is just his life, and he's so competitive, and he goes out of his way to, keep his body in shape, make sure he don't put anything bad into his body. His work ethic is, unbelievable. That's why he's so great, and I'm not shocked that he's competing at a high level. And most of these guys, Kobe, Paul Pierce, these guys are fortunate enough to not have any significant injuries.
Yeah.
I wish I still was playing in the NBA, but, after so many minutes and just years, it took a toll on my body. And unfortunately, I had that knee injury, and it just really set me back a few years.
Is there anything, when you look back on your NBA career, is there anything that you would have done different, or would have liked to have done different, or would have liked to have seen happen different?
Yeah. Well, you can't never really predict, how injury is going to come about, when they're going to come about. I just wish me and Yao would have really had the opportunity. And I think about this all the time when I think about what coulda, shoulda. Is when we acquired Ron Artest that year.
Yep.
And that team right there that we had, if I was healthy, who knows what we could have done that year. I mean, with the talent level that we had on our team was just unbelievable. We had great chemistry. Adding Ron just added more depth to what we already had. You know, the Shane Battiers, Carl Landry, Aaron Brooks, and Cal. I mean, it was just we had it. That was our year right there. And unfortunately, you know, I was the guy. I couldn't go. My knee gave out on me, and they took the Lakers in the second round to 7 games without me, without Yao. Go figure.
Yeah. Well, T-Mac, hey, listen, we really appreciate you taking some time, spending it with us. We wish you the best of luck. We hope that maybe we will see you back here playing in the NBA. Have always loved your game and watching you play. Always a special player and always a treat to talk to. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for having me.